We're going to explain how to create a configuration file. Configuration files are crucial for storing settings and parameters for applications, scripts, and systems. They allow you to customize behavior without modifying the core code. Let's explore different ways to create effective config files. 1. Choosing the right format. The first step is deciding on the format for your config file. Popular options include plain text, INI, properties files, JSON, JavaScript object notation, YAML, YAML ain't markup language, and XML, extensible markup language. Plain text files are simple to read and edit, suitable for basic configurations. JSON and YAML are more structured, ideal for complex settings with nested data. XML provides extensive structure and is often used in larger enterprise applications. The best choice depends on the complexity of your settings and your familiarity with the format. 2. Plain text, INI. Files. INI files use sections and key value pairs. Each section is enclosed in brackets, section name, and key value pairs are specified as key equals value. For example, as database, host equals localhost, port EL 5432, username else my user. This is very straightforward and easy to parse. 3. JSON files. JSON uses key value pairs enclosed in curly braces. Values can be strings, numbers, booleans, arrays, or nested JSON objects. For example, our database, host, localhost, port, 5432, username, my user. JSON structure is clearer for more intricate configurations and is widely supported across many programming languages. 4. YAML files. YAML utilizes indentation to define structure. It's human-readable and avoids curly braces and quotation marks unless they're strictly necessary. For example, database, host, localhost, port, 5432, username, my user. The spacing is crucial in YAML. Inconsistent indentation can cause errors. 5. XML files. XML uses tags to define structure. It is highly structured and often verbose. This can be advantageous for larger and more complex settings, but increases complexity for simpler ones. For example, configuration database, host localhost, host port 5432, port username, my user, username, database, configuration. 6. Creating the file. Simply create a new file using a text editor, Notepad, Sublime Text, VS Code, etc., and save it with the appropriate extension, D, INI, JSON, YAML, XML. 7. Parsing the configuration. Your application or script needs to read and interpret the file. Most programming languages offer libraries and functions to easily parse these formats. For example, Python has built-in libraries for JSON and YAML. You would use specific libraries for INI and XML parsing. 8. Example in Python, JSON. Let's imagine you have a config file named config.json with the database settings mentioned above. In Python, you would use the JSON library to load and access the values. Import JSONs are with open config.json are as a and config JSON load db host equals config database host db port config database per port. Remember to handle potential exceptions, like file not found error, during file operations. Choosing the right format and structure helps in building easily maintainable and scalable applications.